Okay, we're just selecting the first file, which I'm going to use as a warm-up file. It's called Turbo Warm-Up, and all this file does is, as you can see at the top of the screen, starts at I think about 100 odd watts, goes up to 125, which it is now, and then up to 175, and it sits there for 8 minutes. So this warm-up section takes 10 minutes in total, and all it does is ensures that the tyre and the CompuTrainer resistance unit are properly warmed up, and therefore give proper power readings. If you don't actually go through this process, then the power readings that the system will give you will be inaccurate. So it's just coming towards the end of that 10-minute session now. I save that file, and we're now selecting the file for the actual training session. If you look up at the top, you'll see it starts at 175 watts, where we are now. It'll go up in a step. The reason I train like this is because it saves messing about with loads. You just know that it's going to set the right load for you. Then it goes up to 225, and then up to 250 watts, then back down to 175 watts before the main part of the training session starts. You see we're up to about 5.5–6 minutes now. So we're just sort of approaching the end of the 7-minute section. We've now got 3 minutes to have a drink, get ready, and then the power goes up suddenly to my level 4 training level for 20 minutes, which it is now, and it is now at 290 watts, and we'll sit there for 20 minutes. You'll see my heart rate in the left hand column starting to climb up. Normally takes roughly 90 seconds to 2 minutes to stabilize, but thereafter will steadily creep up, particularly when working at this sort of intensity. You'll see the little blue triangle on the right. That indicates my cadence. It's hovering just above 90 RPM, which tends to be for me probably my most efficient cadence. So at the moment we're just coming up to halfway through that 10-minute effort. Things going okay. Heart rate now up at my sort of threshold level, which is anything between about 163 and 168, 170, something like that. Heart rates vary enormously depending on hydration, general health, fatigue, which way the wind happens to be blowing. So I use heart rate just as a guide. It's only if it's way away from where I would expect that I start to really get concerned about it. So we're now almost 27 minutes into this session, so only 3 minutes more of the effort to go. Heart rate now up to about as high as it goes this time. It's about 165, 167. Absolutely fine for this sort of session. And then the load is now off. Back down to 150 just for a nice, steady, easy 5-minute cool down. So this session was done purely as part of my adaptation week. So I would normally do 2 20-minute sessions, but just the one this time, just to keep things ticking over, keep me on top of things. So that's been absolutely fine. Session's over. Whether or not that was of any interest, I don't know, but thank you for dropping by.